to the Yappos with the Wappos. Today we'll be talking about Chapter 2, Crime. Today we have Tess Fankhauser, Hallie Davis, Jayson Escorino, Jason Martin, and me, Zoaie Quintana. The first story we're going to start with is Entwined. First question, how would you feel if you were in that situation? And okay, honestly, I think I would I'd feel really bad. But as soon as I found out like everything that happened, I definitely would have done something.
I feel like there wasn't really much that he could have done differently. Because, like, you can't really slow down a car in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I'd feel really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, it's one of those situations where it just sucks to suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a fast reaction time, but you can't have that fast of a reaction time if someone gets pushed in front of your car. Especially if you have an older vehicle, you have bad brakes on it.
But like, especially when you're listening to music and you didn't even know he got pushed until you saw footage of it.
And wasn't he like half drunk or something?
No, he wasn't drunk at all.
He wasn't drunk at all.
Whoops.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like I
They,
could have pushed
they,
him out.
they were just really tired, and he was admiring the dude's daughter.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Wait.
Yeah, I would feel super
He was
bad
admiring
about it.
her. He was just admiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't do anything
like,
different.
ooh, shoddy.
Okay, so the next question. Would you have spoken up if you had learned the truth?
Probably because like it's something bad that happened, so you probably need to report it.
Yeah, I feel like I would, but I wouldn't be going, like, and telling everyone because I wouldn't want it to look like I was trying to make myself not look at fault.
But like at the same time, he did kill him because he was killing people.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I would honestly feel like terrible if he got thrown into prison for doing something right. But sometimes murder isn't the answer.
Yeah, that people always get thrown in prison for stuff that they necessarily haven't done. So I mean,
Well, he did do it.
well, yeah, but it was an accidental murder.
It was not accidental.
Yeah,
Well,
remember
well,
the son like
he,
pushed
like,
him
yeah.
over.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy that hit him. It was an accidental murder for the guy
By
that
the college
hit him.
student.
But but it was
accident.
premeditated because the son did it because he pushed him.
Yeah,
in front
that's
of the
yeah.
vehicle.
So would you have ratted out the son?
Almost
I mean, if I knew that, most definitely, because it isn't safe to have serial killers out or even murderers.
I
Well, his
think
dad was also a serial killer, though.
because by the time he realized the son died and he was already dead, and just let him rest in peace, bro. He doesn't even need any more drama going on.
Yeah, probably.
Priest.
Okay, so our
I
essential
heard
question was who suffers the most when a crime is committed. How does this relate to our essential question?
I would say it relates because everybody suffered really, like the son, the guy running over,
Yeah, the daughter.
the police, the daughter, like Tess
Yeah,
said.
I say
Everybody kind of just.
I say mostly the
You know.
college student because he
Yeah.
just had to deal with that guilt of running him over. For
Plus the
first,
college
like,
student's family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
many
but
years
then
of
we
his
also
life.
didn't really get the view of, the person who's died family. We didn't really get much of
Yeah.
that. If we would have seen that, they probably suffered just the same or maybe even more.
I'd say also the
Well,
college
I mean,
students too.
the family that had the person die, they definitely suffered more because they weren't expecting their dad or whoever it was to them to die.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a very unexpected death.
Okay, so our next story is why are we so obsessed with true crime? And the first question is, why do you like true crime? And if you don't, why don't you? And if you do, why do you so much?
I would say I like true crime because if I have a lot of suspenseful movies going on, I get a lot of adrenaline or something. And I don't know, it's just fun to not know what's gonna happen next, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Hallie. The suspense of it, it's very like you want to know more, and that's why I love it so much, and I just want to watch more of it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Too.
Honestly, I'm really interested, like, how the human brain kind of works in a way, like, with, like, actual, like, real true crime, like Jeffrey Dahmer or something, because, like, It's really curious how somebody can do something like that and it not affect them at all.
Very
Well,
intriguing.
with some people, sometimes they're born with mental illnesses.
Yeah.
And that just makes them think a lot different. So like stuff that's very horrific to us isn't very horrific to like Jeffrey Dahmer, as you said.
Yeah.
Because Jeffrey Dahmer, he found that eating people, it wasn't that bad and horrific, but other people saw it very badly.
Yeah, and then there's like other cases where abuse was in the line, and just learning how abuse can affect somebody like that, I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like the Menendez brothers, for example, which I know is really popular right now. But
Yeah, what happened to them was very rough.
okay, next one is, why do you think we like it as a society so much, like true crime?
Kind of
because-
just like what we were saying earlier.
Yeah,
We're
the-
intrigued by it.
Yeah,
A lot of
the
people are
suspense
intrigued by
and
it.
everything, and what you said about the different ways that the human mind works.
I'd say a lot of that stuff doesn't happen in our daily lives, so like if it's something out of the norm, then we'd like be more intrigued.
Yeah, as Fluffy said, we're just so intrigued by death that we, like on a highway, there can be a crash on the other side, and everyone on the other side will just come to a stop and wonder who died or who's injured.
Okay, next question. Do you feel true crime has negative effects on people or society?
I would say it depends on how much you like binge
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah,
If you watch too much of it, it can definitely have an effect
I
on
feel
you.
like it can, especially if you get really paranoid. Then it can make you worry about your personal life too.
Like when you
go
go
to
to
sleep
sleep
at
at
night.
night.
Yeah, I've had that
I've
before.
Had,
Yeah,
watch a little too much.
Yeah.
You can be very paranoid and wonder if there's like a vehicle that's taking turns behind you. Like, are they stalking me? Are they gonna fall? Are they trying to find out where I live and come stalk me or kill me?
Yeah.
Okay, next question and last one of the Obsessed with True Crime. How does it relate to our essential question?
I'd say
Well, it's kind of just the people who overwatch it are kind of really affected by it.
So the
because,
bystanders?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
the,
yeah.
the people that watch it, they're
Excessively.
they just get affected because they get very paranoid and
They watch way too much of
yeah.
it.
I mean, you are what you consume, so. Our next one is the 57 bus. Would you have acted or helped Sasha knowing their gender identity?
I probably would have helped Sasha because Sasha is just like any other human being. But Sasha just identified as something else.
I mean, yeah,
Then
everybody feels
what
pain
people
the
see as
same way.
normal.
yeah. I would've-
Sasha really wanted to not be known as he or she. They wanted to be known as they, them.
Yeah.
They were very prominent of what their pronouns were.
But Sasha was still just an average human,
Yeah.
Just like all of us.
just different.
Yeah, I hope the person, regardless of their pronouns or gender.
Yeah, I agree with Mason and Jayson, even regarding their pronouns. And if I knew them, I would still help them because they are still a human being and everything. Just like officials, like police and firemen, they do not care about their identity or anything, and they still help. So,
Well, yeah, that's because it's not their job to worry about what their pronouns are. They're just there to help. That's why they're a part of the emergency service.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, next one. Do you think sexuality had to do with it?
I
the
would
crime.
say
For the person- yeah, for the
the
person
Richard guy
yeah,
who
Richard.
set Sasha on fire.
Yeah,
I'd say.
because granted, we didn't know it later on in the story, but Richard said that he was very homophobic, and Sasha was dressed up in a skirt,
Yeah.
which
Honestly, sounds like something that would happen around here.
a gay dude dressed in a skirt. That really isn't something. That's something that you would find in a bigger city like Wichita or
Yeah.
somewhere else with a actual transportation bus that's way bigger.
Yeah.
So, next question and last one for the 57 bus. Who suffered the most? How does it relate to our essential question?
I would say Sasha suffered the most because
the
they got
victim.
burnt, and yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Family.
Sasha, they suffered 3rd-degree burns, which those are the worst. Or was it 1st degree?
I think it was
It-
one of them. One of the degrees.
It was
One of
3rd
those.
degree.
Yeah, because isn't that the worst, or is
Yeah,
first
3rd degree is
yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, because having to get surgery and stuff just to actually be able to move and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really bad case of burn.
So our next story is gift-wrapped fathers. Our first question is, if you were the mother, would you keep the son away or let them know their real father?
Well,
I probably would have let them know their real father because that's still their father. Like he may have done some bad things, but he's still their father.
I definitely, as
Father.
a mother, let him visit his father, else he wouldn't know him.
yeah, because knowing your father, that's gonna do a lot. Because in my case, I don't know my father.
Yeah.
And I'm doing pretty bad with my grades and stuff. And I don't know a lot of stuff. So that's why my grandpa's helping me out with stuff.
Yeah.
So he's a father figure to me.
Yeah.
And you need to have a father figure, someone that actually loves you and treats you perfectly.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And based off of the story, it didn't sound like the father was a very bad person. So there's not really a reason to keep the child away from him.
But still at the same time, we don't know exactly what he did. For all we know, he could have been cannibalism,
It could have
I
been
mean,
honestly anything.
It could have been the father could have sold drugs or
Yeah, it
murder.
really could have been anything.
We really don't know.
Okay, next question. Why does he reference The Lion King so much?
I feel like he watched it a lot with his son.
Yeah.
For the time he had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I also
Or maybe
think,
that was like one of his favorite shows whenever like he was kind of younger.
Yeah, I also think Lion King is also a really good coming of age story about a kid
Yeah.
losing his father. Just like
because-
that kid didn't have his
Yeah,
real father.
because Simba lost his father in an accident.
Yeah, but then he
With
still
the
had a
father.
father figure with his two friends. So
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
and then how does it relate to our essential question?
Really, I think the father suffered the most because
The criminal.
Yeah.
The son also suffered a little bit because he doesn't have that good of a father figure.
But then
because
the
of
mother
his
could have
stepfather.
also suffered.
honestly it could have been like everybody suffering because
we didn't hear a lot
everyone
about
in the
him.
story except for the
we heard a lot more about the father.
except for the stepfather because he was just talking down on the dad.
He did not suffer.
Yeah.
He was the one who was causing the suffering, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our next story is Bully. And could you have kept the town secret?
I feel like I could have because like
Yeah.
it's somebody who like terrorized the town for a while.
I would have to tell
I feel like the guy kind
somebody.
of deserved it, so I was like,
I mean-
just keep it quiet.
I mean, if you had to tell someone, it would more than likely probably be like a therapist or something in town that would be able to keep that secret. Because, I mean, if you were to tell that to the cops, the town would not like you at all. Because I can definitely keep a secret. Now, like you said, you definitely could not. So the town would probably think of you as the town snitch. And they wouldn't trust you that much with anything.
I'll just move, bro.
Honestly,
Yeah.
move like 2 states away minimum.
And just move back
Okay,
to
guys.
Kansas, guys.
Yeah, move back to
I'm
Kansas.
sorry, but I'm moving 2 states away. Maybe
Yeah.
even 3.
So next question, was it right just to kill him?
I think it was, honestly.
Oh, whoa,
His
Hallie.
head off.
Honestly,
I don't think so.
I would be the one with the shotgun, guys.
Yeah, I feel like Tess would be on
I
her
think
They-
I would be the one in the passenger seat.
Trina.
Yes.
They never said that it was a shotgun. They said rifle. So that
I
Well,
think they said shotgun.
Yeah, they said
no,
shotgun.
they said
it's still
rifles.
a
It's
gun.
still a
It's
blow
still-
to a
yeah.
head. It's the head.
Yeah, he still dies.
Yeah, it definitely was not right to kill.
It wasn't
him.
necessarily the right thing to do,
Oh, I think it was.
but it
It-
was.
It was
If they brought in like a good judge or something there that would actually that didn't live in there,
Yeah.
just so they could sentence him to jail and stuff.
Justice is justice.
Well, he also didn't really kill anybody. So I don't think they thought it was a big deal. And
Well, yeah,
then-
but he came close to killing
I was
some
gonna say,
people.
he,
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah,
he
blow-
still
stomachs.
blowing-
didn't fully kill somebody.
You know,
They died eventually.
the
What they died of?
I mean, you're not.
trauma.
Yeah.
They died of natural causes, but still, I mean, taking a shotgun round to the
Neck or
to your
stomach.
neck, yeah, to the stomach. That
That doesn't feel good.
Trauma right there.
yeah, I don't know how, depending on the gauge, but still, like that.
It's still gonna
You
hurt.
still like know where
They-
I'm getting at though.
They would
Yeah.
still die of like sepsis or something.
Yeah,
later
but like
on.
still like what I'm trying to get at is I think if he actually would have fully killed somebody, they would have gotten somebody that was bigger and more important to actually come help because there
Oh, yeah.
really wasn't
Yeah.
no murder, like
But-
no murder at all.
But still, he committed multiple felonies.
Okay, so next is our essential question: who suffered the most?
The townspeople, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
The
Yeah.
the town people,
Because
but
it ma-
also
Yeah.
Trina, because she was
Trina.
she was in the car whenever his head got blown off.
Okay, but really, Bully just focuses on like how the town was affected. So
Yeah, the
it's-
town was very affected.
That's why we see more of the townspeople's point of view, and so it shows that they're being more affected. It doesn't really show much into his family life.
Yeah. Last story: Murder in the Heartland. How does this relate to Bully,
Well,
and how
because-
is it different?
Well, I mean, it talks about how the town kept the secret for 30. Was it 38 or was it 28?
I don't even know.
It was somewhere around that, like 2 decades to 3 decades.
It also kind of talks about Ken McElroy's family life and how like
Yeah.
he was kind of growing up and how his family was.
Yeah. So it gives us a bit of kind of a more
Background.
of a backstory of McElroy than instead of in Bully.
Next question is did his childhood have to do with anything that he like
I
was
would
like
say a little bit because he kind of grew up poor, so maybe
Yeah.
like everybody else growing up rich around him, maybe
Kind of like a
act
Robin
out.
Hood.
yeah, but then I
Yeah.
think also nobody controlling him as a kid
Yeah.
made him
Yeah.
think in his adult years like
Yeah. He thought he was above the law, which he kind of was, but also wasn't, because he got away with multiple felonies
Yeah.
that he could have been charged with.
And then now our essential question: who suffers the most when the crime is committed?
Honestly, I would say everybody, but mostly like families and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the children and the wife suffered a lot, even though they said he was a good father and husband. I feel like because the wife didn't get to grow up and have a good husband, and she got married from a young age and everything, then she suffered a lot too.
Yeah, her getting married at 13, and then Ken getting his head blown off. The kids grew up without a father.
Yeah. So our exit question: out of everything we just went through, who suffers the most when a crime is committed?
Kind of just everybody.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
People
Because-
closest to the crime.
And entwined, it was the dude that hit the father.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of just everybody in all the stories.
Everybody did.
Yeah, everyone suffered.
Well, that's a wrap, people. Yay!
Yay!